How's it going, everybody? Taylor from Full Tilt Reptiles. Today we're going to do a quick video of how to set up ball python eggs. We're going to show you the process that I go through when I'm pulling eggs and how I like to set them up before I put them in the incubator. Today we have a really nice clutch, a very highly anticipated clutch from a black pastel pied to an Enchi double het DG pied. So I thought it was a really good clutch to show you guys. Our incubator's already starting to fill up really well. So she's going to be a little bit feisty. So I'll show you how I like to set up the eggs. First thing you always want to be cautious of is when you are taking eggs from a snake, there's a chance of being bit. They are going to be a little bit more timid because they don't want you to take their babies away from them. So I'm just going to grab my snake hook real quick. It's always nice to have one. Oh, see, she's already striking. But you just kind of calmly guide them away. You want to make sure that you're not letting them roll the eggs around as much as possible. And the first thing I always like to do is make sure she's got no eggs left in her. As you can see, she's pretty empty. So let's give her a quick feel, make sure there's no eggs in her. And what I like to do is just grab an extra tub and put them in the tub. They can get set up with new substrate. We'll give her a little bath and everything. Once we get the eggs put away, I'll give her a bath and some new substrate, a new bin, so we get all the smell away from her. Now, what I like to do is I use vermiculite. So what we'll do is we'll take a clean tub, and the ratio that I use is like a 2-to-1 mixture. So I'll use 2 parts vermiculite. 1 and 2. I'll just make sure it's all even in there. And then what I do right away is I use light diffuser. I will just throw the light diffuser on there. And what that does is it separates the eggs from the moisture. So you can pretty much put as much moisture as you want in there, and you're not gonna have to worry about the eggs sitting on top of the moisture and getting too moist from the water, and they're not gonna absorb too much. So I'll just pour some in each corner. And I've done this quite a bit of times, so I know how much water to look for. I don't necessarily have to measure it like I do the vermiculite going in. Let's give it a good mix. You kind of want it to be able to clump and not squeeze any water out. So it's not quite clumping, so we're gonna add a little bit more water. And the one thing that's nice about the light diffuser is that if you add a little bit too much water, then it's okay, because like I said, you're not gonna have the moisture get absorbing into the eggs at all. What we'll do is we'll set the light diffuser back in. So obviously you want to count how many eggs that you got. So we have 6 eggs here. It looks like they're all good eggs. We'll do another video on candling eggs and actually putting them into an incubator a different time. But this is a quick video just how I like to set up the egg boxes and get the eggs in there. But they were laid pretty recently, so I should be able to pull them apart still. You want to be very careful when you're pulling the eggs apart. They give you too much trouble, and you can always leave them together if you have a big enough egg box, which I think I'm going to do today, as long as they won't reach the top of the lid. Actually, I'm gonna pull that. nice and careful so you don't get any rips and tears in the egg. There we go. Don't too much. So the next step you're going to want to take is you're going to want to candle light your eggs, and you want to see that they have a good healthy embryo inside of them. So I'm going to turn off the lights, and you're going to take a flashlight, and you're just going to gently put your flashlight up to them, and you're going to look for the embryo. And a good tail sign is looking up, and where all of the veins kind of get thicker and meet up at the top is a good indication of where you want, and you can always turn and see where that is. So that one's good. This one here, you can kind of see this little circle right here. That's one of the embryos. This one's kind of on this side, but that's okay. We can leave that one like that. You can get a good look on this one. This little black dot right here, that's actually the eye of the embryo. So if you kind of give it a little touch, you can kind of see it jiggle around, and that's a good indication of where the embryo is sitting. Again, we have one right here. And we have one right here. So we have 6 healthy eggs, but you're always going to want to make sure, even though you have good white healthy eggs, it doesn't always mean that there's a healthy embryo inside. So candle lighting them is always good to have a flashlight on standby when you're having any type of egg, really, and make sure that you have good healthy eggs. And I don't use any cling wrap or nothing like that on the eggs. My incubator holds enough moisture. I do keep water at the bottom of the incubator, so I don't have to worry about putting any cellophane or cling wrap on the top. And these will just go right into the incubator. Just easy as that. So that was just a quick video of how I like to set up our eggs when we're putting them into the incubator. If you guys like these kind of videos and you want to see more of them from us, then drop a comment below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll watch out for the next one. Have a great one, guys.